Alright, what's up guys? Just planning on trying YouTube a little bit. Want to try recording some videos, so first idea was balisong flipping. I don't really know what to talk about. I guess I could review this knife. It's called the balisong, not the balisong one. What am I saying? It's just called the one original balisong. Of course, it's one of those AliExpress ones. People don't really like them, but personally, I'm fine with it. It's pretty nice. It's very light. It's about 3.4 ounces. It has a very neutral balance, which I quite like. However, it still carries momentum really well. As you can see, it does rollovers fine, and it does fans really nicely, really enjoyably. Excuse if I drop it a lot because it is somewhat cold out and it causes my hands to not have as good a grip. So I'll drop the balisong pretty often. And also, this thing does have a few downsides that I don't quite enjoy with it. Like, it has no jimping. Right there on the sides, you can see it's just a slab. And that G10 on the sides there is also very smooth. It doesn't help with the grip. So things like ladders are really tough on it, and they just don't do very good. So if they could add jimping, that would be very nice. I would like that quite a bit. But I know they won't. It's just some random Chinese company. They probably don't really listen to the complaints of a random guy on YouTube. So, yeah. However, on the side faces, right here, it has tons of grip. They go very, very deep into the handles, and I'd say they look quite nice, pretty aesthetic. I got the blue just because I like blue. It's one of my favorite colors, alongside pink. Those two together are my favorite, especially. It has hidden Zen pins for the pin design, and it has bushings for the pivot system. The bushings out of the box were oversized, so I sanded them down, made them better. It still has a little bit of tap, but it's fine. The tap on it, it's not bad by any means. Like here, I'll show you. Just a tiny bit of tap. I'm pretty sure it's on the bite handle. Yep. Bite handle has a little bit of tap just because I was unable to tune it properly, and I had went through too many bushings because it was one of my first times tuning a balisong. And it, well, let's just say it wasn't fun. It took me like 3 hours to tune it, and a lot of headache. So, yeah, just, man, it was not fun to tune. That's all I'm trying to say. Because this thing, it would have, after I tuned it, it would still have a good amount of play. And I was like, oh, okay, I can easily tune that bushing. I could sand it down a little bit more, get the tolerances just a little bit better. But then, after I sanded it just a little bit more, put it back in, the handles would just lock. So then I had to disassemble it, flip the washer, which for some reason helps, and then it would swing again freely, and it was just a hassle. It wasn't fun. But afterwards, it had pretty nice tolerances. You can see very minimal play, and sounds great. I'm using Balisong Flipping's 1-drop oil on this thing, which is a very nice oil, by the way. It makes all the balisongs that I have sound very, very nice. Usually it's a bit more bouncy doing the ice picks, but because it's so cold out, the oil isn't working quite as nicely as it usually would. Oh yeah, and also some people say this is like a Nautilus clone. I do not see it at all. It has Zen pins instead of Tang pins. has 60-61 instead of 70-75, I believe. The blade looks nothing like it. The only thing that they have in common is somewhat the shape of the handles. The Nautilus doesn't have a taper, I believe, and isn't rectangular, it's just square. But the handles do have a similar shape, I'd say, a little bit. But really the only other thing is that it's just G10 scales on an aluminum spacer. I know it's not called spacer. Aluminum channel. It's a weird, I'm not exactly sure what you call it. I'm not a professional in balisong trivia. Oh, that was almost good. And sorry for the flipping. I know I'm just kind of doing the same trick over and over. It's just that I am not a pro by any means. I'm not bad, but not amazing either. Other than that, this balisong is fantastic for me. It's, as of the current, my favorite balisong for flipping. Just because I like really light balisongs with a neutral balance. This thing fits that perfectly. I don't really know what else to talk about though. I kind of reviewed it. It looks nice, flips nice, feels nice. Guess I can just try some more advanced flipping, although I don't really know much else. Oop. Oh wow, my hands are going numb. That's the downside. When it's even a little bit cold, if you're flipping, your hands just go numb for some reason, just because that aluminum gets so cold. Man. Well, I guess that'll be all for me today. If you enjoyed the content, that makes me very happy. Glad to hear that. And please give me any tips in the comments. I am not good at this whole filming thing, recording, talking to the camera. I'm just a random guy in rural Kansas that knows how to flip a balisong a little bit. So, see ya.